Hello everyone and welcome to The Good, the Bad, and the Rad. As February comes to a close, this week we're talking Black History Month. Here to help me out we have Piper, a junior pursuing a degree in drama, Daniel Choi, a senior studying English, physiology, and diversity studies, and Janelle Brown, a junior education major and president of Black Student Union. Thanks so much to everybody for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to be here.
A lot has changed since Black History Month was first celebrated. Do you guys think that this month still serves its purpose, or would you like to see it doing more? Do you think that Black History Month in its current incarnation is good, bad, or rad?
I would say that Black History Month in its current form is good. I think at one time it was rad because its initial reason for it being was because Black history was being left out of like history discussions and textbooks and education.
Do you guys agree?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are good parts to it. It's important to understand your history and understand the history of America and slavery and how it affects today.
Well, it just depends on what history we're actually studying. In American traditions, history textbooks and so on, we get a bunch of half-truths, and we don't have the whole story. We still have everybody thinking Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, and that exactly is not what happened. And so that's bad. And if we're going to continue to perpetuate a month of just, hey, let's continue what we already know, it's not necessary anymore. If we're going to continue this Black history movement, true history and full history is necessary. The good, the bad, and the rad, all of it. You usually get in history, you know, the winners tell the story because either people died or in wars they were killed. So that's why Howard Zinn, you know, the People's History took the stories of
and
the
non-winners.
Yeah,
throw 'em in there
Takaki and all of these historians who took time to actually examine
Rest in peace.
to both of them. They took the time to not portray just the winner side of history.
Yeah.
So it is very important that you portray all angles.
I'm going to point out that the winner side is the white side of history.
Take what you said. Go ahead and preach that.
Let's
keep it one tier right
let's just keep it here,
on
right
the
here.
Daily Show.
We got 3 non-white people,
Right.
and we got 5 people in the studio that are all white.
We're running the cameras though.
On that note, I'm gonna move on, but it's still going on the same theme because what I have here is that according to the Office of the Registrar here at UW, only 3.1% of the students at UW are Black. So, and that's, I mean, it's not a lot, and compared with the population of Seattle, which is only 10% Black, it's still, you know, it's lower. So, in response to that, someone last year named Lowell Mangesha published a book called The Only Black Student, and it was about his experience at UW. So does the title of that book resonate with you, and do you think that calling attention to it with a book, or with pointing out everyone in our studio, is good, bad, or rad?
Oh, I definitely think calling attention to it with a book is rad. I think the whole idea is rad. I haven't read the book yet, but I hope to. But yeah, I read an article about it. We talked about it in my education class, and I think that's a rad idea just because it is something that not a lot of people that aren't of color don't understand. I mean, who's to say that they're going to pick it up and read that book? I mean, who's to say they are? But it's glad that that information's out there.
Yeah, I think you should always let it be known. You know, that's why I speak out on issues, and you know, that's also why I came on the show. I mean, I'm not Black, so I don't really know, like, oh, it's the only Black person on campus, but I mean, I do understand that the problem of racism still exists. I think it's rad that he can go out and publish this book, dedicate his time, and, you know, let people know his experience, because I think that's important.
Lowell's rad, the book is rad, you know, everything about it is like, Lowell, he's a real cool cat. Like, Lowell is a really good guy. The book, I love the book personally. Just like he said, this book is for, yes, the Black students who can, you know, resonate with it and say, yes, we feel like this. But the white kids need to read it too. It's not just about, you know, the Asian kids and the Pacific Islanders and Latinos. Everybody needs to read this book because at some point in the book, everybody can resonate. You're going to find yourself in that book. And some people may find themselves on the other side of it. They may not like where they find themselves in it, but they will.